We are hopping into our match here. It is going to be on Blackpink LE. Everybody seems to be loaded up. And we are going to start off right up here in the top right. We have Grandmom, the Zerg player from Dark Society Gaming. And then over in the bottom point here, we also have from the Dtokes clan, the Protoss in the orange Nauticals. Both players giving out that respect to each other with the good luck to have fun, and then the hearts from Grandma as well. So far the Protoss is going to start off by putting a pylon on that natural expansion. Interesting enough, he decides to go for a forge. I wonder if we're going to see a little bit of cheeky play here. That necessarily isn't standard right now for Protoss, but yep. And then right now, Nauticals decides to go out for the aggressive opening, forcing out 2 pylons on the top ground. And he places a third one in, meaning no more units can crawl right through that top ramp. Coming down to the bottom, we have that probe microing out, and the cannons begin to come down. Now, Dark Grandmom did actually get a couple probes or drones on the other side here, so he could pull those and attack these cannons, but he decided that the pylons are a much bigger issue currently. He's able to kill one of those pylons. Not much macro coming from back home. One cannon decides to finish up. And Grandmom says, I'm going to have none of that. I'm going to take my third base and I'm going to work off of what happens with my third base. I don't need that natural expansion. One of the pylons is pretty low. Kind of aggressive opening. I'm not really sure how much got done for Nauticals. But I guess we'll kind of see how it plays out on the economy scale later in the game. We're about dead even on probes and workers right now. Orange has a slight probe lead. Not much that's really going to create an impact. Now, I think the biggest impact that's happening in the game right now is that now, in order to get Grandmom's troops across or to protect the third hatchery, he has to walk through one of the cannons. Not the end of the world, but you know, once he gets one queen out, he should be able to finish that off on the high ground there. Grandmom getting a nice little vision. He sees what's going on here. He sees a 2-gate and a photon cannon to defend. We got another pylon coming down there, making sure that supply block doesn't hit. Looks like it won't hit for a long time for that Protoss. He's got plenty of open supply. That queen now starts to kill the pylons on the high ground. That's a really good decision. I like that coming out here from Grandma. He decides to put down that creep tumor, so that's going to create the creep spread further into his natural base and going towards his third base. That way he will be able to reinforce a lot quicker in comparison, since he's going to have that longer distance to travel if there was going to be harassment back and forth. Now after this pylon falls, sadly that cannon will be underpowered and it will not be able to shoot. Just like that. We got speed, 3/4 of the way done. Warp gate just barely started here for Orange. Decides to put down another pylon. These 2 adepts are coming out with +1 attack. That +1 attack is going to be nice, but he really kind of doesn't need it because, you know, they still will 2-shot lings and 2-shot drones. I guess maybe he's wondering if there's some roaches, maybe that could have a little bit more of an effect. But, you know, being ahead in upgrades, you can never really complain. We got a single more adept coming out behind these 2 adepts falling as well. And we're going with 5 queens right now out of Grandmom and no third expansion. These adepts decide to walk right by, super sneaky style by these 5 queens. And the adepts go ahead and shade into the main base And he is going to finish that shade. And he's going to get some drones with that shade. And he's got 5 drones so far. Decides to shade out knowing that there's probably something coming after him. And he was right. 9 drones total, and those adepts go in now into the third base, or natural, I guess you could say, of Grandmom. Oh, and the drones are just eating it here, right to the face of those adept glaives. Now Grandmom decided to leave 3 queens behind, and those lings just pop, which will clean up those adepts. However, the resources lost and the drones lost already have been deprivating of this Zerg player. And Warp Gate is going to finish out, so now he's going to be able to warp in those units a lot faster. The Zerg is also getting a lot of gas here. He's starting to bank that up. He still has... Oh, he decided to pull those just right as I say that, because he says, hey, I need some more minerals. I had 6 drones on gas right there, and I kind of lost 14. Sending some lings out here, trying to get some scouting done. Sadly, he goes the wrong way, though. Purple's vision, he's going to completely miss this, but that's okay. You know, you can't complain it. Lings going across the map. It's just bad timing, bad luck, I guess you could say. Adepts are going to shade into the main base. And he says, you know what? I think I have enough. I can probably fight these 5 queens or so. But with transfuses, I think he's questioning himself. But he knows that he pulled the queens up because he saw the queens come off the low ground of the natural, and the adepts go into the third base, killing even more probes, even more drones. We got some lings finishing off one of those adepts before they go right back into the main base now. And they're just shredding those lings. And just barely some more adepts are going to pop out right into the face of lings. We do have a Nidus coming down. And Grandma was also able to cancel that third Nexus being put down up here. And we do also have a Nidus coming onto the third base of Nauticals here. What is going to come out of the Nidus? It looks like 1 Swarm Host and 2 Lings. To be fair though, he was spending a lot of that energy on transfuses. Oh, some queens are going to follow up with this along with 1 more Swarm Host. Those Lings are going to attack that third base once again. That's got to be annoying for Nauticals, having his third base cancelled over and over. Now what is Grandma going to do here? He's doing alright, transfuses are looking good, but the Lings come around for the wraparound on the back, but Adepts are pretty good with +1 attack, including the Immortal popping out now, which is going to shred through those queens. Grandmom says, hey, I don't want any of that, I'm going to go right back into the Nidus and back home. So far we got about a 20 closing up on 30 supply lead for the Protoss, and the Protoss is also banking about 900 minerals. We do also have some annoying creep tumors coming in, but he hasn't decided to expand those quite yet into the main base, and we have another Nidus going down here, which is probably yet again going to cancel this third base for Nauticals. I think Nauticals saw it though. I couldn't 100% tell. He did indeed. And we do have the main army of the Protoss force coming up onto the third base here, which is going to attack that extractor. Yes, you can, right there for you. Right now, we're just fighting it out here with the Glaive Adepts. They're now attacking the queens. Transfuses are good so far. However, that Locust will be on cooldown. No matter how well you transfuse, eventually you will run out of energy. And sadly, it looks like that is what is happening right now to Grandmom. Some support links decide to come in, but I don't think it's going to be enough as Nauticals is... Oh, actually, that's a lot of damage from those Locusts. But still, the remains of the Protoss army continues to attack. And it looks like Nauticals is just waiting to finish out the game here. Maybe there's still some hope from Grandmom. Oh, maybe he hit everything into the Nidus network. I did not see that, actually. So his main army didn't die. Is he going to be able to clean this up? It's going to be really close. It looks like he's... No, it's so close, but oh man, the Warpins are coming in for Nauticals. More Adepts are now coming into this third base of the Zerg under high pressure. There's no more places to hide these swarm hosts while the Locusts are on cooldown. The Queens are dead. We got 2 Lings coming out for the purple Zerg. We have a massive probe transfer, making sure that economy keeps on going even while he is attacking. He's only able to get about 3 swarm hosts out. And there's the GG Darling. And we have our winner for Clan Dtokes, Nauticals, taking game number 1.